Hello again, everyone. Todd Michael Putnam from Creative Adventure Tables bringing you another adventure table idea, and this is a sample Warlock Sewer adventure. A sample Warlock Sewer adventure. Warlock has sent me some of their sewer tiles, an advanced prototype. I am told that the pieces have been finalized. They know how many pieces, they know what types of pieces are going to be in there. There's going to be some minor variations in the color, so there's probably going to be another set yet to go. These are not set to release until July of 2024 is what the current target date is. July of 2024 is when they're aiming to have them come out and be available. My understanding is that some of these parts will also be available individually on the Warlock, I can't remember what it is, but the Warlock parts store, basically. So instead of having to order a whole set, if you just wanted extra doors or you just wanted extra walls or things like that or extra floor pieces, you could buy them individually. But in the meantime, they're of course working on a full set coming out. There'll be the Warlock core sewer set, and then there's an expansion set. It's a standalone expansion set, meaning you can buy just that and use it, but it's an expansion to the core set. And then there's going to be an Ominous Portals. I think it's called Ominous Portals, or I do have the name for that one. Ominous Entryways. Pardon me, Ominous Entryways, which is basically a variety of doors and stuff. So, they sent me one of each of those, and I just wanted to go and show you what kind of stuff that you could do. The only stuff in here that is not from those sets is going to be the individual minis, obviously. So, the rat mini and the player character minis and stuff, the adventures, those are not part of it. And then I have created some elevation with my free to download and print out Todd Tiles, elevation blocks. You don't have to use those. You could use foam, you could use a shoebox, you could use whatever it is you want to use in order to create elevation to put underneath stuff. But I just wanted to show you the potential of what you can do with just one set of each. One set of the core tiles, one set of the expansion set, and one set of the ominous doorways. So the adventure starts where they come down the walkway. This walkway, down the ladder right here. And when they come down to it, there is a wooden walkway, and there are some torches along the walls. There is a couple of boards that have been nailed into the side of the wall itself, and maybe there's an ominous message of some kind that's on there, a warning to turn back, or that citizens don't belong here, or anything of that nature. Trespassers will be prosecuted, or turn back or die. It could be anything, but you could have there's a warning that's on the side there. As the players come around, of course, there's sewers, so there's rats and stuff here. So the fighters have some rat stuff to contend with, or I should say the adventurers have some rats to contend with. There are some torches that are on the walls. You can see the one on the left. There are other ones that you can see, the torch scot over here. I'm trying to get it as centered as I can. That the placeholder is in there, but there's no torches in there. So it's either burned out or somebody has taken it and used it, whatever the case may be. But the pathway itself is old and decrepit, and there's some gaps in it. And so they're going to have to make some jumps across the sewer water itself. They don't know how deep it is. So stepping into that, there's always a risk of disease. There's a risk of rats or anything else that might be in the sewer water itself. Snakes, you never know what could be in there. So it's always a risk to actually put your foot in the water, let alone walk all the way through it. Again, you can see that there's more boards that have been put up against the wall of a different type. There could be a different message that it's on there, final warning, or, death to invaders. Long live the god of disease, whatever it case may be. There's warnings that are on there that are ominous, that basically foretell the players maybe that danger is ahead. Of course, you know what? They wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't dangerous, because that's what makes them adventurers. But in any case, they get to this section right here where there's a little split, basically, and the sewer goes down into a second lower section. So basically, they have these doorway portals that have all kinds of inserts that you can put into them, a variety of them. You can see obviously the green ones there, and I'm just going to take this over. You can see they've got these red inserts. They can make these different kinds of pipeway portals. They've got this type of a door insert. They've got one like a greenish one that's solid, kind of like a Stargate one. They've got another one that's purple. I'll show you later that looks like that. You've got this. There's all these different doorway portals that you can put in there, different types. So you have different looks and experiences, and foreshadowing of what's coming next. But that being said, it's not what Stuff One Thing was designed for. It's what you can use it for. And so in this adventure, I thought, you know what? The two of those make perfect little, basically waterfalls, kind of nasty, sewer waterfalls. In fact, I'm going to pull this off so it might help the. There we go. That helps it see it a little better. So there's some climbing ladder, that can go down to a small section on the lower areas. But you can see obviously that the sewer is overflowing and into the lower section. In that lower section, it basically is a big pool, but there's some kind of a building that's in there in the middle of it that's worth looking into. And of course, there's a wooden bridge that's going across the top of that. So maybe the dwarf fighter fights his way across, or cleric or whatever it is, and he gets across. But maybe, for example, because it's this wooden bridge, and again, all of this stuff is part of the tile set. Maybe the fighter, when he gets there, he's got heavy plate mail armor or whatever. Maybe the bridge breaks and falls down, and he splashes into the water, and he hurries up and he gets back to here, and maybe that alerts the Otague to come up from out of the sewer water and decide, oh, here's lunch. And so there's a big battle that could take place there. And then the question becomes, does the dwarf go down and try and help him, or the spellcasters and stuff, or is he going to try and climb up fast enough? And how is the Otague going to handle that? All this kind of stuff that can happen. Additionally, you can see this is all parts of the set. You can see there's white mushrooms that are on the sides of the walls there, and then there's another one there. They could just be for decoration, could just be showing that, in the sewers, these mushrooms and stuff are growing, or you could have them have some kind of a feature to them. It could be that if somebody gets within 10 feet of it or something, it's basically a shrieker, and it starts shrieking, and as soon as that happens, it basically alerts the Otague that it's lunchtime, and it comes up and it makes the attack, right? Or it could release some kind of a noxious smell that they have to make constitution saves. It could be something that tastes absolutely terrible, and they've got to make a con save in order to eat it, but if they do, it actually returns hit points if they happen to be damaged. Or could maybe cure the diseases that the rats might potentially give them if the rats bite them, right? What you use it for is up to you, but each one of these things is, you can just pull it right off the wall. I'm going to pull this one off just so that you see. You can pull it off the wall, and you can put any of these things on there. You could put these more torch things on there. You could put the empty torch sconces on there. There's levers that can be put on there. So there's a lever we'll get to in just a moment. There's other stuff that you can put on, but in any case, so I just put those guys there as part of the process, part of the ambiance of what's going on. So let's say, for example, that they're able to fight off the Otague, and they come across the top of this, and they get to the top of this piece here, this building that's inside this big sewer well, basically. And here, again, this is one of the pieces. Maybe that's a wooden trap door that's been built into the top of this. So what the heck's going on there? Well, once you pull the top off this thing, it could be that there's some kind of a portal. There's some trash and stuff in there or whatever it is, but there could be a portal in there. There could be treasures in there. There could be somebody doing research. You could put whatever it is that you want in there, for whatever purposes that somebody has hidden themselves away inside of this sewer system. So you can have this elevation, you can have waterfalls, you can have walkways, you've got the slimy waterfalls, you've got these mushrooms and stuff, you've got hidden rooms, right? So whenever they accomplish whatever they need to accomplish inside of there, they can either go back, climb up to the top, this one here. You can also see on the front side of this, it's kind of hard to go. On the left side, you can, if I can just, it's kind of hard to see. There's a shield that's there, right? That's the coat of arms or whatever it is. There could be a map on there. There could be more writings or something. It could just be the shield of the town itself, basically. The shield device of the town itself is a symbol or whatever it is. On the right-hand side, there's a face that's there. You can see it right there. And that could always be something that's talking if it's magical, like if somebody gets within 10 feet of it, it'll say a riddle, and maybe the riddle needs to be solved before the trap door will open, or maybe again it'll issue a warning. It could have a bit of sage advice to provide. It could do anything that you want it to do. Again, these are just little add-ons that you can pop in and out of any of the walls to help your storytelling. So fantastic abilities to add stuff there with this tile set. Then along the outer edge of the wall, you can see that there's some more of these broken walkways that obviously the whole sewer is in disrepair. And so maybe the heroes have to make some jumps across, or maybe when they take this thing down, they use it as a plank and they're able to unwieldy put it in here and move things across, right? And they can use it almost as a bridge down below if they're able to work it or something. But eventually they get down here and there's a lever that they can pull that'll open up this gate that's closed, because otherwise they might be locked in there for a while or something, to find out what's on the other side of this gate. And as far as the gate is concerned, right, there's torches that are on the other side of it. And then there's these other mysterious mushrooms that look similar to the original ones they've seen, the white ones, but maybe these glowing bioluminescent blue ones. They don't really glow, they're just translucent blue. But you, of course, describe them as like a bioluminescent glowing blue mushroom or whatever. Maybe the wizard's interested in that. And so even though it's a risk in order to go through the slimy water, he wants to get over there and find out what that is, because that's maybe some kind of a spell research thing that he can do. Who knows, right? So, and then once they unlock that and they've gone in here and they've solved the whatever's, maybe there's some combat in there, maybe there's some things that there's the MacGuffin that they're looking for, as it were. They finally open up this door, and then of course you can always build rooms that don't have walls per se. Sometimes if I have really small rooms, I don't put the walls themselves on it. That makes it much easier for the players to see. And so maybe it's the exit way out where there's more stairs, ladders for climbing up. And these things are flippable, this walkway. If on this side it's on wood, and on the other side of the tile set, it's stone. So you get to alternate, which means any of these could also have been flipped just like that, and you could have made them stone to change the feel of it. So if you wanted all the ones in the lower section to be stone, or the ones here in the upper section, and alternate between them, whatever works best for you. You can also do ones where it's like, oh, okay, this section is stone, these are all stone, and then put a little wooden section in there that could collapse under the weight or something because it's a repair job. So many things that you can do with this tile set. So that's it. This is a sample adventure of the Warlock Sewers tile set. Again, this is a preview of it. It won't be available until July of 2024. I want to thank Wizkids for sending me an advanced copy of this. They had contacted me about a year and a half ago with a previous beta set of this, looking for some feedback. And my suggestion was to simplify some of the stuff and to add more options. But they went way beyond what my suggestions were. They definitely simplified it. Super simple system to use. All compatible with all their other Warlock stuff that they do. But in addition, they offered so many different types of doors, so many different add-ons for the walls and stuff. And of course, the tile sets, all the floors are flippable, so you can have, sewer on one side and stone on the other, which is what we've got. I'm going to pull this aside. You see this is stone here, but if I flipped it onto the other side, that's sewer. So if you wanted, you could actually make it where, there's this other vat basically that's filled up for some reason with the sewer stuff in there all the way up to the brim. And what the heck's going on in there? You could you could do something like that if you wanted to. however you want to work it. The tile set is so flexible and so simple to use, and there's so many options that I'm really looking forward to this being released in retail again in July of 2025. So that's it for now. I will talk to you guys later, and I will see you next adventure. Take care. Bye.